Hey, what's going on, friends and theme park fans? This is Silver Stix here for another Stix Top 6, where I count down the best and worst that theme parks have to offer. Alrighty folks, Disney parks in general seem to have this stigma about them that people immediately assume that they're only for little kids or elderly folks or families, and there's nothing for young adults or people looking for some adrenaline-pumping action. But trust me, there definitely is. So simply enough, that's what I wanted to take a look at and discuss with everyone today on Stix Top 6 as we count down the top 6 best thrill rides you can find at the Walt Disney World Resort. Why Walt Disney World? Well, because I live in Florida, so it's just the one I know best, I'm sorry. And as always, this list is all just made up of opinions, and I mean absolutely no harm at all if your personal favorite rides don't appear on the list. It's all just for fun and for the sake of talking about some truly mind-bendingly fun attractions with you guys. So, with all that out of the way, let's just get right into today's countdown. Right, so you may have noticed in my introduction I said Walt Disney World Resort. Well, that wasn't just to sound fancy or something. Our first stop today will actually be a new destination for Stix Top 6 on the Walt Disney World premises, or rather looking over the premises. Atop Mount Gushmore in Disney's Blizzard Beach water park, we'll be able to find the park's flagship attraction, the 120-foot behemoth of a drop slide, Summit Plummet, which also just so happens to be the third tallest and fastest freefall slide in the world. I swear, this attraction was just made for the thrill seeker in any group. From the very beginning it already starts to scare people off because of its wacky design, looking like you're gonna fly right off the slide into the sky. However, the drop actually does go under that section, it's a total facade, but you can't really see that until you're on the slide for yourself. And I've honestly seen a ton of people walk away scared because of just that alone. And then you've got the 12-story climb or chairlift ride that can already be pretty intimidating for people afraid of heights. And of course, once you reach the top of the mountain, you'll be met with the madly intense 60-mile-per-hour freefall nearly 90 degrees straight down into a pit of nothing but water and terror. But it is a really fun kind of terror, if you know what I mean. Unfortunately though, this slide does only last around 10 to 12 seconds because of the type of slide it is, but rest assured the excitement and thrills you'll be met with make that 10 to 12 seconds feel way longer than it really is, and the adrenaline and excitement you'll feel rushing through you after taking this one on will last even longer. Just take my word for it, no Blizzard Beach vacation is complete without a rush of pure intensity down the almighty Summit Plummet. Zipping and zooming our way over to the Magic Kingdom's Tomorrowland, we'll be able to blast off into the deepest, darkest corners of outer space in the signature out-of-this-world Disney classic, Space Mountain. This 2-minute and 30-second steel indoor coaster has been an absolute staple of the Disney parks since its opening day back in 1975, and for all the right reasons. Right off the bat, the queue alone is very visually stimulating with the 70s-esque spaceport theme to help keep you invested during the often long wait times. Then once you actually get to board the ride itself, the effects used throughout are insanely lifelike and immersive, from the projections to the futuristic audio to the fact the whole ride is nearly 100% in the dark. It is all just outstanding. The max speed of this attraction is 35 miles per hour, but I can assure you because of the darkness, it'll feel more like 55 miles per hour, and the hefty 26-foot drop lingering around this rickety track that already starts you 65 feet in the air will definitely provide at least a decent little jolt of excitement to even the most hardened of roller coaster fanatics. However, if you are nervous for bigger coasters, I would still recommend giving Space Mountain a try. The sensory overload of truly feeling like you're in space will oftentimes overpower the fear of the ride itself. Take it from me, no matter who you are, this is never a ride to skip out on any trip to the Magic Kingdom. Sticking around in the Magic Kingdom, we'll be sailing on over to Frontierland to have a zippity-doo-dah day on the legendary log flume dark ride, Splash Mountain. Alrighty, log flume rides in general already tend to have a pretty nerve-wracking overtone to them, and Splash Mountain is absolutely no exception, especially over here at Walt Disney World where we have 5 separate stomach-turning drops including that signature 40-mile-per-hour 50-foot plunge down Chickapin Hill. Oh yeah, Splash Mountain is truly any thrill-seeker's dream ride. Not to mention it lasts a wonderful 12 minutes, and besides the exceptional thrill ride elements, the dark ride storytelling shown off here is also some of the best you'll find on Disney property as well, following the wonderful music-driven story of Brer Rabbit in the search for his laughing place. So honestly, similar to Space Mountain, even though there are definitely some thrill-tastic components to this attraction, I would still highly recommend it to anyone visiting the park. Honestly, the animatronic work, the wonderfully catchy and upbeat music, and that one-of-a-kind smell of the Disney water should be more than reason enough to take a ride on this one. Just trust me, Splash Mountain truly has a little something for every possible Disney guest. It's a fantastic starter coaster for younger audiences, and it's a fantastic finisher coaster for older ones. It's simply a masterpiece on all accounts, and you would be crazy to miss out on this one on any trip to Walt Disney World's Magic Kingdom. Racing on over to Disney's Hollywood Studios, right in the Sunset Boulevard section of the park, we'll be able to hop aboard a super stretch limo and speed through the streets of California in the 57-mile-per-hour monster of a launch coaster, the always exhilarating and always extraordinary Rock and Roller Coaster starring Aerosmith. This dark enclosed steel coaster has a decent duration of 1 minute and 22 seconds, a whopping maximum height of 80 feet, 3 inversions, 2 rollover loops, 1 corkscrew, and several phenomenal Aerosmith tracks that play over 125 separate speakers and 24 subwoofers built right into the ride carts to crank the energy up just a tad bit more. I'm telling you guys, Disney Imagineers thought up absolutely everything for this attraction. From the immersive queue inside G-Force Records to the comical storyline about Aerosmith being late to their show and giving us the super special backstage passes, to that initial breakneck takeoff until the very moment you hop off your ride cart backstage at the concert and exit towards the remarkable gift shop. This ride will just have you hooked. And I promise you'll be running back to do it again and again, each and every time you visit Hollywood Studios. Even though the wait times can average 90 to 120 minutes easy, the wait will always feel worth it, regardless of the circumstances. Climbing over to Asia and Disney's Animal Kingdom, we'll be able to scale the snowy Himalayan mountains and head to the top of the world in search of the terrifying and ferocious Yeti on the unbelievable excursion, Expedition Everest. This one-of-a-kind custom-built wood and steel hybrid coaster is truly the perfect combination of everything you could possibly ask for in a thrill ride. The daunting 80-foot final drop, the blood-curdling backwards race through darkness, the impressive 50-mile-per-hour maximum speed, the spine-tingling Yeti animatronic, and the admirable 2-minute and 50-second ride time are just a few of the amazing features that you're gonna find on this legendary attraction. I should also mention the queue, gift shop, and connected dining location, the Yak and Yeti, are all fantastic as well, so even after your ride is over, your immersive experience throughout this beautiful Tibetan village is far from it. Not to mention all 3 of these areas are so well themed that they don't only make for great places to cool down and escape the thrills of the ride itself, but they can often bring an extra level of excitement and anticipation to get right back on the ride once again. Basically, if you're anywhere even near Expedition Everest, you're already caught in its immersive trap, so if you're going to be in the area anyway, why not take a trip through this incredibly unique Disney roller coaster? Hanging around in Disney's Animal Kingdom for our honorable mention today, we'll be heading towards the back of Dino Land, USA to take a time-traveling adventure through the prehistoric times on Dinosaur. The reason this is just our honorable mention today instead of taking a proper spot on the list should be obvious enough. This ride really isn't a roller coaster, it doesn't have any giant drops or hills, it only goes at a maximum speed of 12 miles per hour, so the thrills are fairly subjective with this one. But thanks to the complete darkness encompassing every angle of this attraction, the hair-raising dinosaur animatronics, the disorienting and generally rough movements of your ride cart, and the insanely loud and alarming audio being played from all angles, there are certainly still some thrilling elements at play throughout the entire ride. And regardless of what anyone says, Dinosaur will always at least deserve a recommendation when looking at the best thrill rides available at Walt Disney World. Falling back into the Sunset Boulevard section of Disney's Hollywood Studios for our number one pick today as we traverse the horrors of the Hollywood Tower Hotel in the unimaginable, mind-blowing 3-minute and 34-second long dark ride drop tower extravaganza, the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror. This fiercely original and enthralling attraction transports you directly into the world of the Twilight Zone in a way like you could never imagine. Right from the beginning, as you wind up the disorienting path towards the hotel, a sense of dread washes over you, and walking through the front door feels as if you're passing through a portal into another world that you just can't go back from. The smell of the old decrepit walls creep into your nostrils all the way until you reach the boiler room and your AGV elevator ride vehicle. And once you take a seat, those doors close in front of you and the ride truly begins. The fear is complemented perfectly thanks to the gorgeously realistic projections and sets used throughout the dark ride portion of the ride. And of course, how could we forget the wildly intense drop ride portion of the ride that uses randomized drop patterns at 39 miles per hour to throw off even the most seasoned of theme park veterans. This ride is definitely not for the faint of heart, and there's no shame in being nervous to give it a try. But just trust me on this one, if you can muster up the courage to strap in and take on this masterpiece head-on, I promise what you will find is the absolute best thrill ride throughout all of Walt Disney World Resort. Alrighty folks, that's gonna about wrap up today's episode of Stix Top 6. I really hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider leaving a like, comment, subscribe, and share the video around. It'd mean a lot and help out a ton. Also, leave in the comments what your favorite and least favorite thrill rides are throughout Walt Disney World so we can start a conversation down there. But anyway folks, with all that out of the way, this is your friendly neighborhood Silver Stix signing out. I hope you have a great rest of your day, theme park fans. Peace.